What's going on, guys? I am Pride from OMFG Kata, and today I am here yet again to tell you about another of the top 5 heroes that new players should play, purchase, and buy, and whatever else you need to do. Today we are talking about Predator, one of my favorite jungling characters in the game. We'll get into the jungling in a video that I'm going to release shortly after this one, talking about strategies with the jungle and how to kind of go and work that into your games and whatnot. Let's start out, as usual, let's take a look at his spell. Starting out with his Q spell, Venomous Leap. Target an enemy unit to leap to it, dealing 75, 125, 175, or 225, depending on level, magic damage and inflicting a 40% movement slow for 2, 3, 4, or 5 seconds. Taking a look at his W spell, Stonehide. Activate to dispel debuffs and grant yourself magic immunity, and 3, 6, 9, or 12 armor for 3, 3.75, 4.5, and 5.25 seconds. His third ability, I'm in danger of being flagged. His third ability, Carnivorous, passively causes you to deal additional physical damage equal to 4, 5, 6, or 7% of your target's current HP. You heal for the same amount. And his ultimate, Terror, activate to inflict -2, -4, or -6 armor to nearby enemies. When affected enemies are attacked, the attacker receives 20, 40, or 60 attack speed and 15% movement speed. So basically, this is one of those things that really comes in during team fights and things like that, but it's also good for ganking right there around the 6, 7, 8 level mark for you. Can pretty much take down anything if you play it right. So have fun with that spell. Let's go into the jungle here. I want to talk about a couple of spells and just kind of see what we can do with this guy. The first, and in my opinion, most underrated skill when new players pick this guy up, they don't seem to use it very much or very often, and it's really a shame because you basically have a built-in BKB or Shrunken Head, which I'm obviously talking about his W spell, Stonehide. This thing I've played Predator at least 200 times, and this spell has saved me during the low levels just an insane amount of times. I mean, 200 games with this guy, he's probably saved me an average of maybe 6 or 7 times a game. I mean, that's, what, 1,400 times this spell has saved me? It's ridiculously awesome. I mean, a built-in BKB, of course, this thing we're talking about here, the Shrunken Head, when activated, applies Shrunken Head to self and dispels debuffs, and makes it to where most magic attacks can't harm you. To kind of simulate that, what I'm going to do, we've got Moon Queen here and one of the alt avatars, Moon Finale, and basically this is going to cast just a bunch of moonbeams all at once, and it randomly selects targets and whatnot, but since there's only one hero here, it's going to automatically target me. But here's the deal. I'm going to activate Stonehide and nothing is going to happen. Like, literally nothing is going to happen. I can get up right next to her, making sure I'm in range. Stonehide, her ultimate, nothing. That's it. And that's amazing. And it literally does the exact same thing that Shrunken Head does. Let me refresh these guys here so we can kind of get back to it. I'm going to do the same thing once again, but this time I'm going to activate Shrunken Head and show you just how awesome Shrunken Head is. This is just kind of a little bonus because if you have heroes out there, especially if you're going up with something with massive magic damage like a Moon Queen or a Pyro or something like that, Shrunken Head or BKB is an amazing item to get. And so let's just go ahead and discuss and show that off. So here we go, Alt W R, nothing. Once again, nothing happens. Now, of course, we'll go ahead and back these guys off, but I want to show you just how well or how important that is, because now I'm gonna have her ulti go off, without anything on. It's going to do massive damage. And just like that, I would be dead. And I might actually... I'm going to save it just in time. Awesome. So again, that's just one of the things that I really wanted to show you. And really hope that that sinks into your brain and into your mind and whatnot. Because it's very important. Shrunken heads, and if you're playing Predator, Stonehide, amazing. Matter of fact, it's not uncommon to see even Predators get a BKB just for that extra added bonus, because one of the drawbacks of Predator is that he's so easily kited by ranged carries, and that's due to a Frostwolf skull, which slows you down, so they can hit you with a Frostwolf, run back, hit you again, run back, hit you again, and basically kite you the entire way. And it's never fun. However, Predator does have something to kind of throw back at those who would want to kite, and that's his Venomous Leap. And you can use this, we will use this in conjunction with Terror, and this is something that you'll do a lot, especially coming out of the jungle into the lane to help your solo lane mate deal with whatever they have to deal with. So I just kind of want to show off this combination real quick and how deadly it can actually be on an equally leveled agility or intellect hero. Now, a lot of strength heroes will be able to survive this initially. I mean, it's not an instant kill button by any means when you're on an equal playing field, but it does do tremendous damage, and I just want to go ahead and show that off to you guys right now. So here we go, leaping in, then we tear, and look at that. And now the Moon Queen is forced to run away, but it's not going to be enough, and the Moon Queen is in fact going to go down. So let's refresh that there, and that's just one of the combos that he has. Of course, you can also throw up your Stonehide as you kind of go in, as you leap in. That saves you a lot. Also, obviously, his third spell, Carnivorous, it's a built-in lifesteal, more or less. And so that's kind of the way that works, and the way he works. Now, this hero, I do want to say, is mainly, for the most part, it's very rare that I've seen anyone with decent game knowledge put Predator in the lane when the option to jungle is there. I mean, this guy is just intense in the jungle. He can do massive damage very quickly. And as you can see, he's taking damage, but he's healing himself back. That comes back from his third spell. Some of the builds, I guess I can go over really quickly. My personal build for this guy. I'll go ahead and I'll show you down here with this level 1. So, at level 1, obviously, boom, Carnivorous first thing. And the first thing I do is I head straight for the jungle. And right at the 30-second mark, I jump in and I start farming and rising as best as I possibly can, trying to get as much money as quickly as possible. Now, once I hit level 2, I'm going for Venomous Leap. Now, this is questionable at times because some people will go for Stonehide to avoid ganks. Now, when I play with my team, we generally have everything warded very well, and I know 90% of the time if someone's entering my jungle. And then I can react accordingly, so I don't go into Stonehide. Now, if I'm playing a pub, sometimes I will go into Stonehide a little earlier than normal. But let's go to level 3. I get my level 2 Carnivorous so that I can farm some of the higher creep camps a little more effectively. And, of course, at level 4, I go ahead, I get a second Venomous Leap. Now, again, a lot of people would say go Stonehide in these situations. But, again, I generally have wards up, and that's one thing I want you guys. I'm showing you this because I want you to reinforce the people that you play with that they need to ward, specifically, you know, the support players on your team. Let them know, you know, this is what you should do, and let them know that wards win games. I mean, they really do. It's pretty awesome. Now, then at level 5. That's when I pick up my Stonehide. Now, a lot of people, what they will do is they'll go 1-1-3 at level 5. So they'll have 1 Venomous Leap, 1 Stonehide, and 3 Carnivores. My deal is I know what I can and I know what I cannot do as Predator. Therefore, I don't feel I need that quick level 3 Carnivores to really stay active and available inside the jungle. Now then, obviously, at level 6, I'm going to go for Terror. And at level 7, that's when I pick back up and get my level 3 Carnivorous. Usually, generally, at level 6, I've already ganked my lane several times and hopefully gotten several kills inside that lane. So generally speaking, I'm doing pretty good money-wise, so I can leave that jungle and I can go ahead and gank. And generally what we'll do is we won't have a hard carry in that lane, and then we'll generally be alright. So that's more or less my build, and then from there you get your level 4 Carnivorous and your Venomous Leap. You don't really have to go into more Stone Hide. You don't really have to level Stone Hide nearly as much in the early game, as everyone else's spells are going to be kind of low. And generally speaking, you're spending most of your time in the jungle farming and ricing and things like that. And you don't need, or you shouldn't force yourself to be in every single team fight. Matter of fact, when you have a jungling here, your team should hopefully be ganking and trying to avoid team fights until you can get in there, unless they have a very good early game team fight build. At which point, it's totally fine, and they should be able to handle themselves in a 4 versus 5 situation. Now, generally speaking, you want to be about level 6 or 7 for you guys. I'm gonna say try and get there around the. I'm not gonna give a time because I don't want to discourage people if they do something. So I'm not gonna give you a general rough estimate of when you should be at certain levels, because every game is different, and every time you may have people that do come in and try and harass you inside the jungle and things like that. So I don't want to put too much pressure on people to mimic everything that I do, and generally things like that. So I'm just kind of giving you a rough breakdown of what I do as Predator. That was one of the things that people really wanted with the last video was, how do you play this character? Well, this is how I play Predator, and I do pretty well with him, I think. So that's what I do. Of course, people in the comments are going to have different things to say. Read them, take them to heart. I know some of them are like, you're stupid, whatever. I don't care. This is how I play them. And if you think you play them better, that's cool. Fragging awesome for you. And I hope that the other people listening and watching and reading the comments take your situations and your strategies to heart as well. Because everyone has a different playing style. But that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. And I hope you guys have fun with Predator.